Hello, this is a quick video overview of our third test essay, which is the career narrative essay. To prepare to write this essay, please go beneath week 8 and look at the module titled Career Narrative Essay and look at all the modules beneath it, which I'm going to overview right now.
And underneath that module, look under letter A and it's Career Narrative Essay Overview. Click this, and I would highly encourage you to print this out. It's a handout, but it has portions that you can fill out by hand where you would essentially just be planning parts of your essay section by section. So please print it out if at all possible. Now, when you click on that particular handout, it's going to look like this. Okay. Now, again, the career narrative, this is a narrative essay, which a narrative essay tells a story. But this is a career narrative, which is going to be a story of your journey into a particular profession or field. Now, you probably noticed with your example essay as well as your comparison and contrast essay, I was asking you to write about topics that related to maybe your educational goals, potentially to your professional choices, careers, and I wanted those to help you decide definitively on maybe a route that you would like to go, and that's going to make it easier for you to write the career narrative. Now, you might ask yourself, and I also want to ask me, why do I need to write a career narrative? Okay, number one, you're going to have personal growth through this career narrative. It's going to help you explore your past educational and professional experiences and kind of how they played a role in making decisions of the reasons why you are going into a particular career, why you even have that goal in the first place. Also, educationally, this is going to help you have growth because these are going to help you for future educational goals that you might have. First off, many colleges and universities request in their application processes for you to write a career narrative. You could potentially use this essay as a basis or a first draft for a career narrative that you have to write in an application process when you want to transfer to a college or university. Many of you I know have to pay for your own education, and you may need further financial assistance. Scholarship organizations sometimes require for students to write a career narrative. They want to see that they are making an investment into you as an individual and that you're going to pay off. They want to see that you kind of can look ahead into the future and you know what you want to achieve. So you're bankable. There's just no other way to put it. A third reason that you're going to grow from this career narrative is professionally. Many business, they want to see your career narratives because it helps screen candidates. Obviously, you're going to be writing a resume, a cover letter, even a visual resume in the future. Those are kind of becoming just part of the job application process. Some larger businesses, because they have a huge amount of candidates who apply for a job, they want candidates to attach a career narrative because this is going to help them see the professional goals that a potential employee might have and to ensure it matches the business organization's objectives. So I just want you to understand that this career narrative is not going to only help you with your just understanding of the profession you've chosen and your reasoning behind selecting that. It might benefit you in the future with your continuation of your college career as well as your future when you attain that particular job. Okay, so steps in creating a career narrative. Step 1, you need to choose a future career. Many of you in your past essays, the example essay and also with the comparison and contrast, you have at least 1 or 2 careers in mind. For this particular assignment though, I want you to choose just one job, one career. Now, you're going to notice on this page, step 1, you have several questions. Answer all of these questions. Go ahead and print this out, answer them. You might not use all of your information on this little questionnaire, but a lot of the answers that you offer, you can develop these into points for your paragraphs for the career narrative. So answer some of these questions. Okay, now once you answer those questions, look back at your answers. Okay, those are going to help you kind of decide kind of your major points that you could be discussing, and that's going to help you decide, okay, what's going to be my career, and also what are my major reasons and motivations and goals with this career. Now, what I've done on step 2 is I wanted you to see some example in student introductions and thesis statements, okay? And I want you to use these as sort of a guide, okay? Now, with your introduction, remember you need a strong lead-in, okay? Most of these particular student examples, they are students that are using background as a lead-in device or attention getter. They wanted to show sort of their emotional connection to the career, in many cases, maybe thinking back to their childhood. You don't have to have that emotional connection. I mean, you can give a quote from someone famous who works within that field. You can give statistics of how many individuals work within this particular career. You could even give monetary value of how much money you can make with this career. But I wanted you to see some past students' introductory paragraphs. So this first student says, ever since I was a child with my various collections of Lego sets, I've enjoyed building structures all from the blueprints of my imagination. Notice the nostalgia. Whether constructing fortresses or skyscrapers in my bedroom, I was a master builder. And this is the transition, the bridge sentence. Now as an adult, my dream is to become a civil engineer. And here's the thesis statement. The field of engineering will allow me to express my love for construction and to apply my science and math skills. Now this particular student, they had a body paragraph that dealt with the foundation of why they enjoyed building and engineering. They're just personal desire for it. They love it. Now, their later paragraphs deal more with their academic experiences. First, in high school, how they excelled in science and math classes, and then also how in their college classes so far they have succeeded. And they projected into the future of what they wanted to do at the university level with their strengths of science and math in the field of engineering that they wanted to go into. Now, with the next example, you're going to notice that this student also uses nostalgia, creating pop quizzes for my stuffed animals, teaching my younger siblings their alphabet and numbers with flashcards, and working at my mother's daycare. These were all activities during my childhood and adolescence, which inspired me to become a teacher. Later, during my high school years, exceptional teachers confirmed my desire of becoming an educator. Okay, so notice we have there the lead-in device with the nostalgia. Okay, these memories that link to teaching, the transitional sentence that's projecting to the high school years, and then here's the thesis statement. Currently, as a college student, teaching continues to be the perfect career choice for me because I love working with children and teaching them new skills. Furthermore, as a mother, I yearn to work within a field which allows me to spend more time with my children. Now, in this student's essay, her early body paragraphs just go into her personality and also her strengths in being an educator, and also having the patience and also the creativity to work with children. Now, her later body paragraphs deal with her desire as a parent to have a schedule that fits her children's schedule as well. So again, when you think of your career narrative, it can be you looking at your strengths academically, creativity that you might have. Also, you can bring in past work experience that might link to that particular career. But also, you need to think on a personal level. Why is this a career choice that meets your personal needs, okay, as an individual? Whether it's your role as a single individual, someone who's married, someone who has children, someone who wants to travel, someone who wants to be close to home. Those are personal kind of reasonings of wanting a job. Now, as far as with the next introductory paragraph, we have this student. Now, this student may be like many of you. You don't really know what you want to do. But most of you with your other essays, it seemed like you were somewhat decided. But this student was unsure and used the career narrative to try to decide maybe what he potentially wanted to do. Confusion, frustration, and hesitation. I'm sure y'all can relate to those emotions. These are the emotions that I'm feeling in regards to deciding upon a particular career path. Although I'm currently unsure of my specific job, I do know that it might be in the field of medicine. So again, this is the lead-in, that's the transitional sentence, and then here's the thesis. Throughout the years, I have learned much about the nursing field from my maternal aunt, who has inspired me to consider a career in medicine. Now, many of you may be pursuing a certain career because of someone you know. If that person is the inspiration for you going into this career, feel free to use that individual as sort of a focus of this particular essay. But I do want you to still bring in yourself. Like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Maybe in communication with that person who's your, idol or your mentor, they said those are good traits to have for that profession. Talk about maybe how you've looked at that person, the job that he or she has, how they work, their schedule, and how you could see yourself also doing that profession and being successful in it, because maybe your strengths and your skills will fit with that. Now, after you decide on your career choice, also you look back at those questions and you maybe want to focus in on your school experience, like your strengths in certain academic classes, whether it's at the high school level or the college level. Maybe you want to focus in on your work experience, jobs that you've had that have given you the skill sets to work in this job. Maybe it's someone that you know that has inspired you to work in this profession. Also, you can project. How can you see yourself, 5, 10 years down the road working in this profession based on your personal goals? After you have those things in mind, try to sketch out your introduction. This is why I wanted you to print this particular worksheet out, because you can go ahead and sketch out your lead-in device, your attention getter, your bridge, your thesis, and then use that as a basis, as a foundation for the essay. Now, after you write your introduction, okay, you need to consider that this is a personal narrative. It's a personalized glimpse into you in your reasoning and consideration of this career. The heart of this is your body paragraphs. I want really individualized stories, personal examples. Be specific, be endearing, be nostalgic if you need to be, but be very concrete in why you see yourself worthy of this profession. First thing, look back at those step 1 questions, those events and people that inspired you, and try to turn those into concrete details. Now, just for an example, this was a student's brainstorming, okay, based on some of her answers from that step 1 questionnaire. So, career choice. Her career choice was to become a forensic crime scene investigator. Now, she had a lot of stories and reasons of why she wants to work in this career. She loves science. Okay, she took upper level science courses in both math and science. In college, she's taken higher level courses, and she feels that kind of prepares her for having a foundation as a crime scene investigator. She also, in her spare time, hobbies, she loves to read detective novels and playing detective game apps, where you find clues to solve a mystery. And she loves the challenge of analyzing characters, their motives, their actions, the clues to solving them. As a child, she even goes back further to her nostalgia. She watched Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Game, and she loved to figure out the villain. As an adult, she likes to watch crime shows such as CSI. She likes the mystery playing out, the tiniest piece of evidence for the, whole purpose and motive for the murder and the justice that comes from that investigation. Also, she has a personal connection with law enforcement. Her family has that connection. It's a legacy. Her father's a retired police officer. Her brother is attending the police academy. She states it's in her blood, so that's a part of her. And she also mentioned that she has some experience in seeing someone on the job. During her senior year in high school, she job shadowed a forensic investigator who was a former co-worker of her father's. And she also states, just personality-wise, that she is detail-oriented. She's organized. And those are things that would benefit her with that career. Use details like this particular student has, to make your career narrative very individualized, very unique. Paint a picture of who you are, because if this is a career narrative that a potential employer is going to be looking at, you got to sell yourself and make you look very desirable and individualized. Okay? Now, after you kind of get a feel of the types of details and examples you want to give about yourself to really capture who you are as a person who is seeking out this particular career, you need to decide about your structure. You've already done your introduction, hopefully, where you sketched it out, but then you need to decide on your body paragraphs. Now, based on these previous details that student wrote, okay, this is how she actually, in the end, structured her essay. Now, she still had an introduction and conclusion paragraph, but this is how she structured her body paragraphs, really the meat of the career narrative. She talked about her personal interest in forensic crime scene investigation. She talked about her interest in detective novels, the television shows from childhood, the games she plays. Then in her next paragraph, she talked about her family background in law enforcement, her father and her brother's backgrounds and her connection to it, that legacy aspect. And then her fourth paragraph were her academic strengths and her networking. She was good at math and science. She's met people in the field. That makes her prepared. Now, these are where those examples are going to go. Now, as far as step 6, This is your conclusion, okay? And I have a conclusion paragraph right here for your reference. Please use this as a guide, okay?